Everyone, that manga kid here to do a reread review of Special A by Maki Minami. If you haven't seen one of my videos before, my reread reviews are basically where I review series that I have read more than one time and have recently reread. Um, Special A is a shoujo beat title. It's a bit older. I believe it's from 2008-ish. It might have started before that. Um, and it's about this high school that has a prestigious group of 7 students. 2004 in Japan was the printing of the first volume, but 2007 was the printing in English of the uh, first print of the first volume. So it is a bit older. But I read this for the first time when I was 12, I think. Um, So it's been a while. But this is a series that I watched the anime for, read the manga, loved the characters, loved the story. It was great. This is one of my original shoujo titles that I really fell in love with. And like I said, it's a school with a prestigious group of students. Um, it is quite a prestigious school to begin with, but not like super rich kids, but not common regular income household family kind of thing. And there's 7 students in this thing called the Special A, SA, which are the top 7 students of the school, and to they get to go to school in this big glass building, and they basically just goof around all day. But they maintain their grade point average, I guess, and maintain the top 7 spots in the student body so that they can stay in SA. And it's just this group of friends. The main character is this girl here on the cover, Hikari, and she's number 2, and this is Kei, and he is number 1. And they've been friends since they were children, and she sees him as a rival. She wants to be number 1. He is always number 1. She's always number 2. And so she sees him as a rival and went to this school to beat him, basically, and be number 1. And the whole premise is that these two are constantly battling it out in different random competitions. Every little thing in their life is a competition because she constantly challenges Kay to competitions to try and be number 1. Obviously, I'm not spoiling anything. These two end up together. The whole romance is surrounding them. And So, yeah, it's a childhood friend romance with the fun aspect of the constant challenging and her feeling like she needs to beat him at everything, but never being able to. And then, as you can see, there are other characters as well. Um, and they're all. What I love about this series, one of my favorite things about it, is that um, there's so many different couples happening. Everybody is romantically interested in somebody else at some point in this series, and it introduces all these other characters who just fit in so well with the 7 main characters. So there's romances between the 7 characters, but then there's also outside characters that come in and become romantically involved with the 7 main characters. Um, and that's what I love, is this isn't a series that solely focuses on Hikari and Kei. It really goes into the backstories and the lives of all of the members of SA. Um, and when it brings in new characters, it goes into their lives and their stories and how they intermingle with these other characters. And it's just at 17 volumes, it really gives the opportunity to introduce all these characters and grow with them. Um, and it's just really fun. It kind of reminds me of a mixture of Ouran High School Host Club and like Kaichoa Maid Sama, because you have the same kind of stubborn personality of oh shoot, what's her name? Misaki from Kaichoa Maid Sama, or just Maid Sama, I guess in English. Um, the stubborn personality dynamic of like Usui and Misaki from Maid Sama with the 2 main characters but then you also have Ouran High School Host Club with all the hijinks and the ridiculousness and the fact that they're rich, and those elements are in this story as well, which makes it so much more fun and upbeat and goofy. But I do really like this because Hikari, while she is kind of like she kind of has a masculine personality in that she's very physically strong. She constantly is challenging Kay, who is male, and it's brought up all the time that you're a girl, you can't do that, whatever. But she's kind of masculine, but then she also has a very, very strong feminine energy to her as well. And I really, really love that mixture in her personality. And it's just a lot of fun. I really, really recommend this series if you haven't ever read it. I haven't read anything else by Maki Minami, but there are a few other series released in English by her. Voiceover Seiyu Academy, Komomoka and Fissery, I believe, is also by her. But Special A is just one of those ones that I came across when I was younger and loved it, and it still holds a special place in my heart. And I hadn't read the whole series through again since I read it that first time years ago. So I was a bit worried going into this if I was going to like it as much. And it took a couple volumes to get back into the swing of things. But once I kind of read the first 2 or 3 volumes, I went, oh man, this is just as good as I remember. It's so funny, it's so lovable, and it's really just a great time. But I think that the best thing about this are the characters. There isn't a lot that happens. Like all of the problems that occur are solved like by the end of the chapter or by the end of the volume. There isn't a lot going on conflict wise. So it's just a fun, easy read that is goofy and ridiculous, but the character development is really where the heart of this story is. It's there's not a lot of conflict, and when there are problems, they get solved so quickly that you were like, was that really that big a deal then? So it's not necessarily a plot-driven story at all. It's very character-driven, but I highly recommend reading it. It is so much fun. The covers are gorgeous. I love all of the different kind of things going on, and the art does get much better. I did show you a bit here. It's okay at the beginning. This artist is very good at drawing women. The girls are gorgeous. The boys, to me, look strange. They're very kind of like they're trying to be pretty, but I I think the girls are really her strong suit. They are really, really pretty. Like there's something about them that I really, really like. The blushing faces are adorable. Hikari, when she blushes, is absolutely charming. Um, yeah, this is just a charming read, all in all. Highly, highly recommend reading Special A if you haven't, and even if you have, or you've watched the anime in the past and never read the manga goes so much farther and so much more character development happens. Highly recommend it. If you have any questions about Special A or comments, you've read it, you want to chat about it in the comments with me, please do. Thank you for watching. See ya.